Hi, good morning from London, England, to you guys all over the world. Australia, Montserrat, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Belarus, Western Samoa, Mexico, or is it good afternoon or good evening, wherever you're watching this morning? This is live and direct from London, England, and your host and your guy himself. I'm here again, DLG Reppin. You're wondering why I've got this shirt and tie on. I'm on my way to work the Crystal Palace versus Liverpool game as a matchday steward of the football club. So I'm just going to go over Mikel Arteta'S press conference as an Arsenal fan. And he was asked a couple of questions here. I'm going to replay it again so I can find my tablet. There we go. There we go. Let's get this. Oh, get out of here. Oh, there we go. This poxy advert. Yeah, he was asked some interesting questions about the challenge of being an Arsenal, about the challenges of what he faces of managing Arsenal, and he says that he loves this club and he loves the challenges. Well, he loves the club so much he has to understand that
well, I think it's been one of the most challenging years of the club's history for many, many different reasons. I think that we have made a lot of progress and we have implemented a lot of positive things that have worked really, really well. We have gone through structural changes all across the club that obviously has shaken the club big time. I would say the highlights of that year is the 2 trophies that we have won together. And the most disappointing thing is that we haven't had our fans with us to take us through this difficult moment. And I think it could have been a really, really positive year. But the reason for me in the Premier League is taking the gloss of what we've done in a calendar year. But we have to accept that the Premier League form in recent weeks is not been good enough.
How tough has it been on you? Is the job more difficult than you thought it would be?
Well, I know and I realize how difficult our job is in normal conditions. When you get to
do apologise. Oh, I'm going to redo it again.
club that has to go through what we've been through in a year, and on top of that you have a pandemic that is affecting the whole industry.
So he was asked the question, how tough would it be, or how tough would the challenge be? Well, he's answered it as intelligent as possible.
The way that you can even leave your profession and do what you are able to do normally, it's even more challenging. But it's what we have. At the same time, I'm telling you that I love what I do. I feel so lucky and privileged to represent this football club. And these are circumstances and contexts that in this moment are what they are, and we have to face them because there is no other choice.
So he says he loves what he does. He loves his football club, and he has to face the circumstances. Well, yeah, you say that you love the club, Mikel Arteta. You say that you got to face the circumstances, but for me, you're not helping yourself in any matter, and I understand that the board did not back you. I get why. I get that the board did not back you, and I can trust you to bring in quality players. You still brought in Gabriel Magalhaes and Thomas Partey. That's half of the spine sorted. But what you need to do is build a midfield around Partey, and you have to get onto the board to back you to do that. And pick players who are performing in their jobs on form. And you've been picking the Holdings, the Mustafi, Bellerin and Kolasinac. They have not performed in their duties. They're inconsistently poor, and their liabilities. Xhaka, another liability. Lacazette, another liability. That's 6 players who should be sold because they deserve to be sold. And I've listened to what you've said, and it's not helping us in the long run. I'm gonna go through it again before I get to work. I wish this advert hurries up.
Unwrap the magic of Christmas with up to 12 months of Disney Plus on us.
Well, I think it's been one of the most challenging years of the club's history.
Yes, he says it's been one of the most challenging years of the club's history. Yeah. That's what happens when players have decided not to try. And they've decided not to try, and we're getting the results that we're getting against us, and we deserve to be beaten in the results. And our performances has been shocking. It is a shambles.
For many, many different reasons. I think that we have made a lot of progress, and we have implemented a lot of positive things that...
So you said that we've made a lot of progress and implemented a lot of positives. Right. Minus 5 goals in the league, 7 defeats, 4 wins and 1 draw. You said that you made a lot of progress, and you talk about making a lot of progress. We're 15th in the league. We're in a relegation fight. That is not progress. That's regression. That is a decline. Simply not good enough, Arteta. You might pull the walls of some Arsenal fans' eyes, but I'll tell you this for free. You don't pull the walls over my fucking eyes.
Have worked really, really well. We have gone through structural changes all across the club that obviously has shaken the club big time. I would say the highlights of that year is the 2 trophies that we have won together. And the most disappointing thing is that we haven't had our fans with us.
I get that we haven't had fans with us. So has Man United, so has Liverpool, so has Man City. I can go on forever. But that doesn't excuse the performances, the lackluster performances, should I say. That doesn't excuse the reason for you to keep picking players of form, picking players who continue to fucking fail management. And that's what you're doing. And you are asking for the fucking sack. I don't want to be on that bandwagon, which says Arteta out. I believe in you. I trust in you. I trust in your philosophy. But you're not helping yourself. You've been here a space of a year. I want you to go through the whole season. And at least if they give you to the whole season and then they decide to move on from you, then I can understand.
To take us through this difficult moment. And I think it could have been a really, really positive year. But the reason forming the Premier League is taking the gloss of what we've done in a calendar year. But we have to accept that the Premier League form in recent weeks is not been good enough.
How tough?
Yeah, the reason why the Premier League form has not been good enough, because it's as if players are down tools. They are not playing for you. They don't believe in the philosophy that you've implemented. And I'm hearing reports that 2 senior Arsenal players want you out. I'm hearing reports that David Luiz and yourself, Mikel Arteta, have had a bust up. Or should I say a falling out? It can't be good enough. It really can't be good enough.
Has it been on you? Is the job more difficult than you thought it would be?
Well, I know and I realize how difficult our job is in normal conditions. When you get to a club that has to go through what we've been through in a year, and on top of that, you have a pandemic that is affecting the.
If you get through what we've got through with a club that has to go through what we've been through in a year, well, in the space of the first couple of months and beyond, yeah, we were much improved. We defended a lot better. We became a lot more difficult to break down defensively. But since the start of the season, the 2 wins, and then it all went tits up from here. And I'm sorry, it's unacceptable. However, we've got Everton this afternoon, later on this afternoon, or should I say, 5:30 kickoff, and at least want a performance of some kind. You know, something that we could hold our heads up high. You know, we don't want to feel disappointed, especially with the result. I just hope these boys can pull off a miraculous win, and let's get a winning run starting. I just want this club to show how big we are. I want this club to show. I want Arsenal to show the entire country why we're the 3rd most successful club in English football. Then again, well, the players that we've got, then you got to look at the board and what are they doing? Each and every one of these individuals. But Renaud van Katesham is a hand puppet. Fact. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. I'll be back later on with team news of the Everton v Arsenal game. I'll be giving you my reaction to the starting 11, the formation, and the 7 substitutions. So stay alert, stay tuned. Otherwise, peace again, love again, and bless again. I'm off to work, so see you later. Enjoy your day. Be nice. Yeah.